Hello guys. It has been a hot second since I updated everybody on Chloe, and Matthew, and it's been over 2 weeks I think since my last video update. So I have a lot to tell you guys. So I think it was before the 4th, and I believe before her psych evaluation, like her new appointment that we had for the IQ testing is my last video, I believe. So we had gone to the psychologist, and we have an appointment August 24th, and we are going to do her IQ testing, and we're going to see if we can get this reconfirmation of this intellectual disability diagnosis that is very different from the assessment that they do for the transition into kindergarten. We know that, but we're going to see if, we can get this diagnosis reconfirmed, or is it sticking, whatnot and so on, because we're trying for respite care to help us out here at home, and we're trying for a blended case manager, which I've heard nothing back from them. It's been almost a month, I think. So people are dragging their feet on that, which I'm not surprised. And in the world of COVID right now, nobody's doing anything. So we're kind of stuck with that right now. Now I have to wait till August 24th to see the doctor, to do this appointment, to do this assessment, this testing. So that's August 24th. The day, I'm sorry, I just woke up. The day after that appointment, we had an appointment with the psychiatrist, and this was our very first appointment. We never had one with her before. So Chloe's on that Risperidol. I had taken her off the Zoloft. It wasn't working. I took her off of it. She hasn't had Ativan since, I don't know, April. So we had this appointment with this doctor, and we're sitting there, and she asked me, is Chloe nonverbal autistic? I see this. I'm like, yeah, she is. And she goes, well, is she nonverbal autistic or nonverbal apraxia? And I know what apraxia is, just from research and stuff I've done with her speech and whatnot. And I'm like, well, she's just nonverbal. I don't even know what nonverbal apraxia is. I know what regular apraxia is. I don't know what nonverbal apraxia is. So we're talking, and Chloe happened to walk in. It was a teletherapy appointment. Chloe happened to walk in the kitchen, and she's sitting there, and she goes, is that your daughter? I said, yeah, it's Chloe. And she's like, can I ask you some more questions? Okay. So she asked me, can Chloe blow out candles? Can she suck through a straw? Can she blow out bubbles, blow raspberries, blow a whistle? Basically do these things with her mouth. And I'm like, no, she never could do those things. And she's like, I think your daughter, I'm sorry guys. She goes, I think your daughter is misdiagnosed. What? She goes, I don't think your daughter is nonverbal. I think your daughter has nonverbal apraxia. I'm like, okay. She said, because my son has it. Okay. And I kind of sat there for a second, and I was like, she can't do any of these things. She never did. She never blew raspberries. She never did things like that with her mouth, blowing bubbles. She never did any of that stuff. She never could. And I'm like, she's on to something, you know what I mean? Like, maybe this is what this is. And she goes, you need to find a speech therapist right now that works in oral motor, assessment. And I'm like, oh my god. Is this really happening? Is she seriously... It's a hummingbird. Oh my god, sorry, my ADD. But I'm like, what? She's like, it's not that she can't talk or that she, doesn't know what she's trying to say. It's she doesn't have the ability to. Her mouth is not moving correctly. So basically what it is her brain is not sending the message to her mouth on how to move. So when you say like your mouth moves that way, hers doesn't. So what we're gonna go for is Wednesday this week. I contacted a friend of mine, and she's a speech therapist, and we have been set up with a new speech therapist at our old place we used to go to. And we are going to try an oral motor approach to this. Instead of Chloe, say horse, it's going to be, we're going to move your mouth to say this word. And we're going to try this. And we're going to try to strengthen the muscles of your mouth. We're going to go a completely different speech approach. And we're going to see how this works. We're going to see what happens. And, I'm sorry, guys. And I'm down for this. I'm excited about it. And if this works and this is what it is, she could talk one day. Thinking all this time she's nonverbal, and she might not be. It's just, she's just not getting the message to the mouth. And I kind of sat there a second and was like, what if this is what this is? And this whole time I'm sitting here just accepting the fact that she'll never speak, and she could talk one day. So that kind of threw me for a loop. And her BSc, we were kind of like, what? Because Chloe's kind of like, in a way, her child too, if that makes any sense. I feel like she loves Chloe like her own. And we were kind of like, oh my god, like what if this is what this is? And we were just kind of sat there like flabbergasted at the appointment. I'm like, did you just hear what they said? Look what she said. She's like, I did. And I don't know what to say. We were both kind of speechless after she said that, because she like spilled all this knowledge at us about nonverbal apraxia, and it was like everything she said was Chloe to a T. And I was like, oh my god, what if this is what this is, guys? And Chloe can speak one day. Come on, seriously. So we're gonna see how this works out for the next 4 to 6 weeks with speech. And we're gonna try this, and we're gonna see how this works. I don't know. So, what else? Nothing's going on with Social Security yet. I had a call out to the lawyer. He called me back, and if I don't hear from Greensburg in a couple weeks, I have to call on that. Chloe's doing pretty much the same. We did the gene site testing, and I got the results back in the mail on Saturday, and it turns out that all the medicine she's ever been on but Ativan doesn't metabolize in her system like it should. So we're going to take her off all of her medication, and we're going to try a completely different med, because out of like 50 medications, only 9 work on her body. So that's exciting. So that's that with that. What else? I don't know what's going on with school yet. Nobody knows. She needs to go back. She has to go back. For her mental health and well-being, this child has to go back to school. She's losing it. So, hopefully she'll go back to school. Matthew turned 2. We had a birthday party for the kids. Chloe turned 8. During this little 2-week break, Matthew just turned 2 on Saturday. Chloe turned 8 on Friday the 10th. So we had a birthday party for them. They had a blast. They had fun. They got all kinds of new toys, and Chloe got all kinds of new bedroom stuff. It was really exciting. What else? Oh, so Matthew, since he turned 2, he gets the ripe old opportunity of being tested for autism. So, Children's Hospital is not taking appointments right now because of COVID. They are booked out anyways until November, December, which I'm not surprised. I kind of knew that was going to happen. So I have a call out to Watson. They called me back, and they're sending me paperwork in the mail to fill out. I'm on the wait list, which isn't going to be until late fall to get him tested. Also have an email out to a psychiatrist or a psychologist named Ginger Martin. She's going to get back to me as well. She's booking out October, November. She's all the way in Shadyside in Pittsburgh, which is like an hour away from us. Whatever. There's nowhere around here for him to get tested. I'm not surprised. Then I also have a call out to another psychology place called AIBDT where Chloe used to go, and they have yet to call me back. So I'm just going to see where I can get the soonest appointment to get him assessed, which is probably not going to be till the fall, at least. So he's going to be almost 2.5. So I feel like we are in a very, very, very same boat we were with Chloe. I mean, I started earlier with early intervention with him, but we shall see. So moment of truth will probably be fall, I'd say, which he'll be almost 2.5, so we should know something, at least. He's getting his molars in right now, so he's been in absolute holy flippin' terror. He's not sleeping. He didn't go to bed till 1 a.m. last night. It was awful. His little molars are killing him. All he's doing is chewing on ice and chewing on everything, and it's been horrible. So, that sucks. And it's been 100 degrees out pretty much every day for the past 2 weeks. And we've been trying to swim as much as possible. But I just don't want them to burn alive because it's that hot out. So, it's pretty much all we've been doing is sitting in the air conditioning. Pretty much doing nothing. But that's what's going on. We had a lot going on this past 2 weeks. It's been a lot. He has his 2-year checkup tomorrow morning, so I'll talk to the doctor and stuff and tell him I did the MChat and whatnot. And we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, if he is, I talk to a lot of people, and if he is, he's very, 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 very high functioning. So, we are on the right path as far as early intervention and whatnot. But I really do want someone to come back into the house for him. This internet stuff, I just don't feel like he's getting anything out of it at all. I just don't. In my heart, I just feel like he needs somebody to engage with. He needs somebody else besides me to engage with. And next year, when he turns 3, I'm not walking, I'm running to preschool with him. Like, he has to go. And for his development, he has to go. Chloe did wonders for it. And it was even at New Horizon. If I can get him into Life Steps or somewhere, he has to go. He has to go. So, that's what we're doing. That is what's going on. I really don't have much probably coming up here to do a video on. We're just going to do the speech, but that's going to take 4 to 6 weeks till we even know if this even is going to work or not. Matthew has his checkup tomorrow. Probably nothing going on there. And that's it. Until August. I'd say end of August when Chloe does her IQ testing. Because Matthew's not getting tested anytime soon for anything. That's pretty much it, guys. That's all I got. So, that's it. I hope everybody stays cool, go swimming, stay away from COVID, get your kids back to school. Simple as that. Alright, guys. I'll update you if anything major happens, like Matthew or Chloe says something. And that's it. See you guys.